I figured today we're going to get this rototiller back together, and hopefully it all goes well. It shouldn't take very long. When we left off, we were at this carburetor here, and I was going to rebuild it. I looked up the pieces and parts and whatnot, and it was about would have been about $17 to get everything I needed to completely tune this guy up. I could get this brand new one for $30. It's another $30 shitter, but hey, they're identical as far as I can tell. I had to do a couple of modifications to make this air housing here fit. These these aren't the original screws, and those holes were just blind holes. No, they weren't drilled deep enough, nor were they threaded at all. So I mean, I had to do that, but no big deal. That was the worst part about it. Made up some gaskets. I was able to get the original gasket off, believe it or not, but it's hard as a rock. So made a new one real quick, and I think I'm going to try to anyway. I'm going to try and stick a fuel filter into it. It's going to be a little tight, but I think I can get this guy in some way, somehow. And hopefully this thing will stay, nice and clean then forevermore. I figured I'd do this quick update here indoors because it's a little bit windy outside, and, well, wind noise and cameras, you know how that shit sounds. Not too good at all. So I don't know. Hopefully I can block most of the wind, but if it's too noisy, I don't know, I'll put some music to it or some crap. Anywho, we'll get into her. Oh, that's so close. All right, I believe I gotta make that hole a little bigger. I mean, it's like exactly the same size, which is, well, too small. She needs a little more wiggle room than that. So I'm gonna go drill that out quick and try again. All right, I got that hole drilled out. That was no biggie. Just had to go, hell, just one size larger, and that fixed it. So time to finish this thing off here, I guess. See how many times I can drop these fucking bolts. This is great fun here. Check this out. Yeah, they don't build them like they used to. Thank fucking God, huh? Yeah. Holy crap. Alright, I got her. If you guys don't have some of these little skinny stubby wrenches, I mean, you don't need them often, but my God, when you need them, there just is no substitute. Well, this is back when Craftsman was still a thing, so these are pretty freaking old, but I don't know. I'm sure you can find the equivalent from somebody. I know Snap-on makes them for sure, but they're worth their weight in freaking gold. If you don't have them, man, I highly recommend. You're gonna need them 5 times in your life, but those 5 times will be worth every penny for you. Anywho, I got that on. Yeah, now let's see if we can squeeze a fuel filter into this thing. Yeah, let me work on that and we'll go from there. All right, I think I got her. That don't look too bad, huh? Better than nothing. I just turned the fuel on right before I pressed record. Gonna give her a couple of minutes to let the bowl fill up. I also know the tank's low. I'm gonna put some gas in it, and then we'll start ripping on this cord here and see what happens. Hopefully it's all good things, but I guess we're gonna find out. All right, I gotta put some gas in the tank, more gas in the tank, that is, and yeah, we'll find out if she goes or or sits there and puts and carries on. I don't know what it's gonna do, but we're gonna find out. I moved the thing away so I got a little more room between you, me, and the machine there. I'm using a big trash can to try and block the wind. Hopefully it's working, but I guess I'm gonna find out in post. Anywho, I'm gonna start ripping on this thing and see what it does. Not too bad, I guess. Now I gotta put it to work. I'll do the actual tuning on the carb once I can put the engine under full load. And yeah, I guess today I'm gonna rip that thing up. So it runs. Runs okay. I mean, I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it seems okay. So yeah. It digs. Still got some tuning to do, but I keep driving through the belt. The belt keeps slipping. Damn thing. It's digging. It has no problem with well, it has no problem chewing up this stuff, and it's going down there. But that guy right there, I'm gonna have to adjust that, put more tension on the belt. Yeah, let me do that, and I'll continue on with this. Finally, I got the belt tight enough, but like I was afraid of, that detent ain't strong enough to keep it locked in position. So, well, now I gotta loosen it up. Still got some tuning to do, but it's getting there. I'll let you know when it's better. All right, I messed around with it for a while. I got it where I can literally stand on those handles. I mean, with all my weight, bury those tines under full load. The belt's still slipping, so I mean, it's not 100% maximum load. It still drives through the belt, but it's not squealing. Anyway, I literally stopped because I saw smoke coming out of the belt. So I mean, it is slipping. It's just not squealing anymore. Anywho, I was literally just going around in circles, taking the same path back there and taking a new deep cut up in here. You know, same path, new path, deep cut, you know, and it was running fine under full load. The engine wasn't stalling, wasn't smoking. I mean, not like excessive fuel or too rich or anything like that. Still a little choppy, still a little, you know, blah blah at idle, but whatever. I'm not worried about that right now. I'll work from wide open throttle backwards. And hang on, wait till this damn tractor goes. So yeah, what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna verify. I'm gonna let it cool down for a little bit, and you know, once it gets give or take ambient temperature, maybe whatever, it could be 100 degrees, I don't care. It's just got to get a whole lot colder than what it is now. I'll fire it up and see how it reacts then. Does it only run this well when it's, you know, at full operating temperature, or does it fall on its face when it's cold? Well, these are things that I need to test and tune yet, so getting there. Yeah, all in all, I mean, hey, I just got to tune out the bugs. It was working fine, and all of a sudden my throttle broke. This cable here, that thing's a death trap. One of these Eons, I'm gonna have to do something. There's a better setup for this. I ain't doing it right now. Oh well, like I said, I mean, it's not my tiller. I just need to make it work good for him so that it works good for me. He uses it for his garden, I use it for mine, and there we go. Anywho, I'm gonna let this cool down, and I need to cool down too. I'm freaking sweating my ass off now. So yeah, we'll get back to it later. All right, this thing is good and cold now. It's been a couple hours, and well, I got a boo-boo. I had to man up and put on a Band-Aid. The boots I was wearing, man, they freaking got me. They got me good. I didn't know it at the time, but man, once I took them off, I'm like, hey, they got a sore spot back there. Anywho, I'm gonna fire this up real quick, see what it does. It's about to rain, so I'm not gonna do much more today. Basically gonna try it out real quick and dirty, and then put it away. So let's get on with it. So you see what I see. Still fucked. God damn. It was running really well. Well, granted, it's not up to full operating temp, so there's that. But I don't care. That's not an excuse. It should do better than that at current temp. So clearly I got some more work to do. I'll get into it later. Alright, I'm back at this thing. It hasn't rained yet. And my boo-boo, my Band-Aid's working fine, so hey. It actually got a whole lot warmer. More overcast, but nicer day anyway, thus far. Anywho, I kept dicking around with this carburetor. It ain't nothing like the factory one. This requires a combination of the high and low jet adjustments. And, well, so far I think I got her pretty good. Again, I'm just gonna, well, I'm just gonna do a little bit. It seems to be working just about right now. Then I gotta let it sit. I'm gonna let it sit overnight, cool off. Now, we're due for freaking rain. It's gonna rain probably another freaking inch. I mean, this dirt's already, you know, wicked wet, but hey, she's digging, you know, it's working fine. So just thought I'd show and tell real quick before I put it to bed for the day. And yeah, when the rain finally stops and I can get back to this, we'll see how she does when it's cold again. So all right, I'm gonna get into it. All right, today's another day. The rain and whatnot crap is over with. I think last time we were looking at this, working on this, I said I had it running pretty well, and then I went and proved myself dead friggin' wrong, or this thing did anyway. So clearly we've got a secondary issue. It's not just lack of fuel. There's something else that's going on, because I'm more than sure the carburetor is doing its job just fine. We got something else that's changing. Maybe a fouled spark plug, could be that simple. Could be points out of adjustment. I mean, this has pretty much brand new points in. I did that last year and it ran fine. But I don't know. Possibly something ignition, possibly something mechanical. Problem here is that, well, there's the spark plug. And to get it out is no big deal, but long time ago, I don't know, maybe 7 years ago, something like that, the owner of this thing, he stripped the threads out of the head there, and I put a helicoil in it, and it's been running fine ever since. The problem is, I guess he cranked down on it too tight one time and literally locked the helicoil to the spark plug. So I know it's a really old plug, and I know it's kind of a duh factor. Probably should, you know, put a new spark plug in it. But if I do that, I'm gonna have to deal with that helicoil, and honestly, I don't want to because it's gonna be a problem. A new cylinder head for this is about 25 bucks, give or take. I'm leaning towards doing that. But anyway, to do a compression test and or to do a leak down test, which is my preferred method in this regard, I'm gonna have to deal with it. So that's what I'm going to get into today here and see what we see. Either we got a spark issue or we have a mechanical issue, but something is changing radically, and well, there is an answer for it, and I'm going to find it. All right, we're going to get into it. I know, that's what I said. Probably not, huh? Ah, that fits. Yeah, it's all freaking wobbly. I mean, it don't even spin straight. He took this out. I mean, he did something to it long after, but I mean, that's the spark plug. It don't look bad. Doesn't look bad, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's okay. But I mean, look at the threads. The helicoil is just stuck on there in a bad way. So yeah, I'm gonna have to torch it. I think that's my game plan. I'll heat the helicoil up. It should expand sooner, faster than the threads, the base of the spark plug here, and then I should be able to get it off without doing tremendous damage to the threads. But yeah, that's I'm gonna try, or maybe I'll just put a pair of pliers on it, wrap it in some rags and put a pair of pliers on it and see if she gives that way. It might. Anywho, I gotta do that, because then I'm gonna test. I'm gonna do some mechanical tests here, see if the valves are okay, see what kind of compression it's got, and go from there. Next. Yeah, I put a rag on it, and well, I got it, but boogered the threads up as expected. That's why I told him if I do this, pretty much count on a cylinder head. So but anyway, got the helicoil to move, and that's what I needed. I could replace it, but it doesn't matter. I mean, this fucking thing won't stay in. I could JB weld it in, maybe. That might work. That is potentially an option. I don't know. I'll figure something out. But whatever. I can clean up these threads a little bit and put it back in, and it'll be good enough for the testing that I need to do. But yeah. So all right, we'll go from there. All right, I I did this off camera. I mean, you guys know what's going on. I put the helicoil back in. I found, let me see if I can block this wind. I do apologize for all this fucking wind. There ain't nothing I can do about it. Not with a GoPro anyway. Anywho, I put the helicoil back in here. Used, what's it called? Permatex Cold Weld. It's what I had laying around. I couldn't find any JB Weld. It doesn't matter. Neither of them are actual proper temperature spec for, you know, a spark plug thread type of Loctite situation here, or nor is Loctite. So I figured the best of both worlds would, or any possibility, would be to use an epoxy, which I did. But just the stuff that I had on hand was Permatex Cold Weld. It's good up to 300 degrees. Cylinder heads get hotter than that, so you know, it doesn't have to hold. You know what it's just got to lock up a bolt. Basically, that's all it does. It's got to bind the threads so that fucking helicoil stays in. At least that's what I'm hoping it's going to do. It's my last ditch effort, my last final ever attempt to fix the threads in this stupid cylinder head. If it comes out again, or if he does something to mess it up, well, that's it. It's taking a cylinder head, and you know, there are no more options. I'm not dicking around with this head no more. This is a second time, and there is no third time with me. So yeah, anyway, 2 and done. It takes 16 hours to cure, 8 minutes to set up. It's been give or take an hour. I think I'm gonna give it I'm gonna think about it for a little bit. I might give it the full 16 hours. I want to give it every chance that it possibly has of holding and staying permanently. We shall see, but I hope you can see. You see down in there? The helicoil's in there, and you know, hopefully it stays in there this time. Like I said, all I wanted to do was bind the threads, and it felt pretty chunky, pretty crappy going in. You know, it would spin and then get real tight, and then spin and get real tight, and then it got real tight. But I was able to get it in, back the spark plug out. That's what I used to install it with, the actual spark plug. And hey, it worked. It's in there, nice and flush. I wiped off the excess shmoo as it oozed out, and hopefully that does it. I mean, I am kind of holding my breath on this one. But yeah, I think I'm going to wait for a little bit, and before I do anything else, I'm just going to let that shit sit there and dry up. Hopefully, you know, it works this time. But then again, I mean, if we got leaking valves or something like that, bad rings, which it's not bad rings, they couldn't have happened that fast. But I'm betting on, you know, either maybe a blown head gasket or leaking valves. That would make perfect sense for what's going on. Anyway, I'm going to let this sit and cure, and, well, then we'll get on to some deeper testing.